today we've got a bunch of skeletons that want to eat this old man. We're gonna stop that from happening with upgrades. We already got a rare one, Stay Away, shoots ring of rock projectiles that deals physical damage. So Santa Claus has one extra weapon at his disposal, and that one's got a nice AoE effect. Aside from that, we can add passive things, 13% physical damage of explosions, or upgrades to our existing weapons like 20% physical damage, yes. So now our main weapon that causes a big explosion has lots of extra damage. So we're definitely going to keep an eye out for rare or better things. We're also going to get 10% damage of projectiles. So we're just doing a little bit more damage again. We're almost one-shotting the skeletons. 20% cooldown is actually really big. We're going to do that to our surround attack thing because if that goes off enough, I think we won't need anything else. This one's kind of fun. 30% power effect of an attack, we lose a little bit of area, but I'm pretty sure we can add that on later. We don't need a diversity of attacks, we just need one really good one. They're skeletons anyway, they're made of bones. There's also evolutions. You can add this to certain attacks and it has the desired effect. Skill starts to cause series of explosions or ground effects in a fixed pattern. Yeah, it's foresight. We'll just put that on our main attack. That one's getting pretty good already. So now I believe when it goes out, yeah, it's going to create a whole series of explosions. That's going to be super strong. I'm also going to get ground blast. I just need more attacks. Causes explosions that deals physical damage to nearby idiots. And let me tell you, we've got us some idiots nearby. Fire volley. This is actually a fire version. Shoots imprecise barrage of fire projectiles. That's good enough for me. Plus it's rare. We just need a little more damage going out. We'll decide what attacks we want to go with later. For now, we'll take anything we can get, see what it feels like and adjust from there. Eventually this will form into some kind of build. Like, we don't want to add fire damage because we don't have a lot of fire yet. But given our choices, that might actually just be the best choice, unfortunately. But you can never have too much fire damage. That actually melts them down pretty good. The skeletons are getting a little bit close. So I'm going to add Land of Flame as well. That's another rare fire, so we might actually end up being a fire build after all. I don't care what we are as long as we can defeat the skeletons. Minus 20% cooldown is also good. I'm going to put that on our big skill again. I didn't even notice the bigger guy coming at us. We might want to start firing on him. So there we go. If our Santa Wizard could focus on him for a second, he's getting close. He's also standing in a pool of fire now. Okay, good. Once he started getting close, we got the damage on him. Let's go 10% bigger ground effects. I realize I don't have any passive so far, and I guess because we killed a big guy, we get extra choices. I'm actually going to take the fire, hot potato, 30% fire damage of projectiles. I think we need some more passives to balance this out. And we're throwing a lot of fire out there right now, and fire is just very visible, so what does I pay the most attention to? And we seem to be getting more fire anyway, so we'll just stack up some fire for now, and hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us. We'll hopefully get some epic or legendary skills of the right kind, and that will really determine our build. For now, we're doing just fine. We're wrecking everything. As long as we can light them on fire, we're okay. We got a rare guard, spawns minion that attacks closest enemy with sword, deals physical damage. We can sell this rock and bring in the guard then. That's a rare, so it's probably better. I'm going by order of rarity. And the one we sold was not at all upgraded. Okay, we also got another hot plasma. So we're going to get rid of ground blast because that's basic. That wasn't upgraded anyway. Our best skill is level 5. You can see all the effects on it. And we're just going to continue adding to whatever we can. Okay, we got another fire. This is going to sound dumb, but I'm going to get rid of guard, which we just got, and get rising fire. Because now we've basically turned ourselves into a fire build somehow. But we got lots of extra fire damage, so this somehow just sort of makes sense. We could also get plus 7% fire damage again, or minus 20% cooldown for an individual skill. I think I'm actually going to take that and put it on rising fire. It's got 20% cooldown, so yeah, and we're getting all sorts of fire damage going out now. Santa Claus is safe for a minute with his 3 beards. I don't love any of these, so maybe just take 13% physical damage of explosions. I'm pretty sure some of our things make explosions. At least the rocks do. I don't know about any of our fire things. Maybe once the sun, once it gets to the end of its life. Okay, we're going to get 10% AoE on ground effects. That means when the ground burns, we're just going to get much bigger area to hit more of these idiots because they're getting close. Santa's getting nervous. Okay, we get secret ingredients again. This makes bigger power, but we lose some AoE from it. But if we drop it on the right thing, that's going to be fine. I can add the AoE again anyway, I just need it to be more powerful. We want both preferably, but sometimes you gotta give up something to get something. Here's a good one, 10% fire damage of explosions, ground effects, and orbs. More fire damage for everyone. As soon as anyone touches any of the fire right now, they're melting pretty quickly. Just like we will. 20% fire damage is actually huge. We're gonna put that on maybe fire volley, because fire volley is kind of fun. And that's the imprecise barrage of fire projectiles. So we're not really aiming them, they're just going out and hitting whoever. That guy up here looks big. Ooh, we got some epics. Okay, since this skill is only level 1, it is fire, we're gonna take it away. But an epic sucker spell shoots imprecise barrage of rock projectiles at closest enemy. That deals physical damage, but because it's epic, it's going to be better as a tier 1 skill. Especially when we combine it with pure hate, skill starts to target creature with the highest maximum health, which I think is Big Boy up here. And that gives it more, no, we can't, well, we're going to give it to this skill then. Fire Volley is going to get that. So Fire Volley is going to focus the biggest idiot, and that's good. Because, well, it's imprecise, but once it explodes its fire, they're going to burn. And once they're burning out here, better for us. This guy is actually really, really tough. I was hoping he'd be a little more melted by the time he got here. He is on fire now, but he's starting to hit Santa. Santa's HP is not doing well. 13% fire damage of projectiles. That's surely going to help tip the tides. He is almost dead, to be fair. So he's dead. Now we can get back to work. Plus 20% fire damage for whatever that skill was. Fire Volley again. We've got 2 epics. One just gives me piercing everywhere. This is actually an active of fire skills. Shoots volley of parallel fire projectiles at healthiest enemy. We're going to get rid of Stay Away, which is that ring of rocks around me, and bring in Exile. That's just going to be a lot better overall as well. 20% fire damage, that's going on my new skill. So that shoots a volley of parallel. So it should shoot out like a wave of fireballs, and that's going to be really strong. And we're going to try very hard to upgrade that. I think that's currently what's melting everything. Look at all those epics. I think I'm going to add a little bit of piercing at this point, popcorn, because that's just going to upgrade all of my current attacks. Explosions are obviously going to have to go through an idiot, but once we push back this wave, I think that's going to work to our advantage. Might be scary for a moment. I'm maybe going to add weakness as well. It adds pierce to a single attack. That's going to go to my Exile, just because we might as well be hitting multiple enemies with that. Okay, enemies are getting right up in our business now. Santa, we need you to work harder. This one is also good. Primary projectiles start to leave trail of ground effects. It has less base, but it adds lots of fire, and I think that's going to fire out and leave a big path of fire everywhere it fires. So anyone walking down that's probably going to die. I hope they will at least. That did reduce the cooldown, so we're going to have to try and speed that back up. 70% fire damage of ground effects is actually perfect to pair with that. So we'll set that down there. Now any fire on the ground is really going to melt the skeletons bad. And we can see by some of the health of some of them down here. We just need to decrease that cooldown so it fires more. I'm going to take down the damage of explosions, and we're going to add 7% duration to all effects. I need more fire lingering on the ground. Every second's going to count. I'm also going to do 20% bigger AoE for the sun we're shooting out. That way when it goes out here, it's going to have more of an effect. I should probably distribute my skills just a little bit. 20% maximum range of projectiles is also good with my Exile triple sun shot. The further that fire can roll, the more damage it's going to do overall. This could also be good actually. Skills start to shoot imprecise barrage of primary projectiles. Well, we can't put that on our Exile because that would have been really overpowered. We can only put that on Hot Plasma, and I'm going to. Because if we can fire, yeah, there we go. We got 3 suns going out. And they're so big that it doesn't really matter that they're imprecise. Wow, look at that guy. We have a massive troll coming in we're going to have to deal with. So I'm going to put 20% fire damage on our Exile, and hopefully the Exile goes towards the big troll guy. Looks like it is. So that's a good start. Wow, he is really strong. Okay, so hopefully we get lots of projectiles going out his way, because I think he's going to beat us to death with the dead horse. Okay, I'm going to take away Rising Fire and put on Circus Magic. Hopefully that somehow saves us. Causes a series of explosions at random points that ignites targets and deals physical damage to nearby enemies. And now we get a legendary. 1 projectile, you lose a little bit of power, so we got to get rid of 7% duration of effects for cheese. 1 extra projectile. Come on, melt this guy. Uh-oh. Come on, more firepower. Well, we're doing pretty good. Wow, he one-shotted us with a dead horse. That was only 5 minutes? That felt like forever. This time we're going to use battle magic, and that includes things like Almost Catapult. Spawns minion that shoots rock projectiles. So with that, we're going to have 2 minions that are going to help us out. So instead of doing the fighting ourselves, we're basically summoning a ghost of ourselves to do the work. And we're also going to add 70% power of attacks, which sounds pretty good because 17% is a lot. So now our ghost is going to do lots of battle. I can also slash with my very own sword. And things like burnout are also going to help. They last slightly less time, but they have a lot more power, and power is what we're here for. They're here for a good time, not a long time. Plus I can get 20% duration of minions for whichever one of these I want, which is probably going to be the one that holds a sword. I'm going to add a little bit more power to them, 17% attack. They seem to be doing good, the one that we have so far. I think there is a catapult or something over here. Yeah, he's a human catapult. A human ghost catapult. He's not quite one-shotting anyone, but the ghosts do absorb damage for me as well. So shoot healing orb at most damaged ally that restores health over time. So that's actually, we're going to be able to heal our ghosts as well. we're gonna have a ghost fight. I need more ghosts to help me though. This clearly isn't gonna work very well. But now I'm just gonna get Land of Flame. It's not a summoning build, but that's just gonna be able to hurt some things around me, especially if it's fire on the ground. For now I'm gonna get Blessed Song, shoots piercing healing projectile at most damage ally that restores health. So when one of my idiots is hurt like this, we'll be able to make him whole again. So they don't need health, they need more attack power. But I'm definitely going to want better summonings of whatever I got. We have Ghosts of Old Men. I think I'm actually going to get rid of Slash. That's literally me swinging a sword for Fire Volley. I'm hoping that nothing can get close enough to me anyway, so if it does, it just burns to death before it has a chance to hurt. I guess just 20% duration of effects at this point. That can go to one of my attacks like Land of Flame. Every time we got flames, if they can last a little bit longer, that's just a lot more damage for us. Weapon sharpening, I'm going to give more damage to the guard with the sword. Both the guards with the sword, they're actually hitting quite hard at this point. And I guess when the timer runs out, we just spawn more of them. Even if they're still alive, we can have multiples of them. 20% healing would be nice. I'm going to give that to the rarer ability, because assuming it's better. We're also getting one of the bosses coming in. Hopefully he doesn't touch us too hard. He's getting sworded, but so are we. This is what we need, breeding. Skill starts to spawn multiple minions around caster instead of one, so we'll get rid of the weaker healing spell, breed. Oh, that's an evolution. I shouldn't have got rid of what I just got rid of. Okay, well, we're going to have multiple evolutions of our guy with his sword. Then we're going to get 15% motion speed of minions and better aggro radius, so they'll attack from further away. They still have plenty of healing, and look at them multiplying. We got lots of ghosts with swords. This is perfect. We're going to maybe make a 20% longer duration. That's going to be better for... Well, it doesn't really matter. Land of Flame. We'll keep upgrading that one, because then if we have to sacrifice one, it will be the weaker of the flame spells. Well, these guys with the swords really aren't messing around. They're doing a lot. We can reduce the cooldown of maybe spawning them actually, so they'll show up more often, because if we can just get a giant army of ghosts around us, we'll be very safe. And it does have a rather slow cooldown, but I think we spawn 3 at a time. I don't know what motion speed means, but I'm hoping it means their movement speed, because if they can move faster, they'll go and kill things quicker. So they'll go from 1 to 1 to 1 and come back to protect me when I actually need it. And I guess for now I'm going to put Slash back on, because in a roundabout way, it really never left. Next, we're going to add Euclid's Disciple. Skill starts to shoot volley of parallel primary projectiles instead of one. So now the fire skill is doing that, where it's firing all sorts of things in all sorts of directions. I'm going to add more power to my friends, so they're going to be hitting really, really hard at this point. So as long as they're out there swinging on something, they should be killing. I'm going to do another 20% cooldown for my main ghosts, the 3 sword wielders. So hopefully when they die, they'll show up again quickly, because they're about to be summoned again. Oh, so they just reset at that point. So it's probably not actually better to reset them as much as I do. Or maybe it is, because then they're nearby protecting me. Whatever the case, they're going to get more max health. That way they won't die before they protect me and murder the skeletons around me. And my fire skills are actually doing quite good for what's coming up against me. I'm actually going to add some ground power for that. 13% power of ground effects, which is the fire around me. That's really protecting me a lot. Anything that gets close to me stands in a lake of fire. I'm going to add Valid Argument again. They're going to have more aggro and more speed. And it looks like they're moving quicker, so that's really good. I want them to go and kill everything and move on. And this is good. They're not getting too far from me yet. They're going to hang out right near me where I need them. We got another boss thing coming in, and I guess we're just going to take 7% duration of effects. That might be spam and spawns, but that's also going to be fire for sure. So the boss is actually detouring to go for one of our ghosts, which is good. Now he's going to get ghosted really bad. So this is a good sign. They still need more damage to take on the troll though. So we're going to give them 20% physical damage. Hopefully that's just stacking, so they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 20% healing to our skill, so the skill is going to be able to heal everyone but us, but as long as it's keeping our ghosts fairly safe, then we're in good shape. Enemies are definitely getting a little bit busier though. Maybe I should fill up my passives better. On this I'm going to actually add Fantastic. That's going to skill shoots a fan of primary projectiles instead of one. That's going on the healing. That way you can hopefully heal multiple old ghosts at the same time. And that seems to be working well. I'm also going to add 30% power to that too, so they're going to heal even better. The AoE gets smaller, but I'm firing 3 orbs anyway, like they're not going to miss up close. So they're really going to heal up. I think I'm going to remove Slash at this point for Rising Fire. That's basically just going to be a little bit more useful for us. I don't want things to get close enough to be able to slash. I want to hit them out here. Next, I'm going to add 20% AoE to my fire skill. So we're going to get bigger lakes of fire out there. I think I just took some damage. I heard someone complaining. There we go. Plus 1% of minions. 1 amount of minions with newbie. I'm going to add 20% fire damage to my Land of Flame again. That's actually getting pretty strong too, and it's something I don't really pay attention to because I'm not focused on fire damage. but I really don't have to be. Okay, we're gonna make explosions a little bigger because we're starting to get some different things that do explosions. The bigger the explosions, the happier everyone is. Hearing someone taking some damage again, but the minions are definitely getting stronger. They're getting closer. I'm gonna give extra health to our minions as well. I don't know if they're getting killed or timing out, but if they can have a little more health, all the better. That means we can heal them all the better, like these guys. There we go, they're regenerating. So we're gonna add true power, which is legendary, +1 amount of projectiles. That's going to Land of Flame. Because Land of Flame can help. Oh, I didn't even realize the troll was back. Can my helpers come and protect me? Okay, there we go. We might actually be able to take them out this time. I meant to upgrade their damage a lot more before now, but I didn't realize it was troll time already. Oh, we're actually doing quite a bit of damage to him. This is good. I'm also going to add just what I need, which is going to add 100% more projectiles. It's going to slow it down, but the Land of Flame is going to get much better. Especially if we can land it somewhere near the troll. Okay, can we get some more of our ghosts in? Yeah, I think the ghosts are back. Please hit the troll. Everyone hit the troll. Don't let the troll hit me. He will kill me. I think he one-shots me with that stupid dead horse of his. Okay, I think he's going down. He seems to be going down. Okay, I'm going to take away the area effect of explosions for cheese, which is going to be +1 projectile. I'm not sure what that's going to stack onto at this point, but probably lots of things. I'm also going to add Pierce to probably the catapult thing. I sort of forgot the catapult thing even exists at this point. I'm also going to take off his level 1 fire volley for exile. It's just going to be a slightly stronger level 1 attack, and we need all the help we can get. 20% maximum health to minions, that's going on the catapult thing. That way they can last a little longer, be a little stronger. If they can live for just a little while, we can heal them up. This one's interesting. Fraction. When destroyed, primary non-piercing projectiles start to split into a band of secondary projectiles. We're going to put that on a catapult. I think the catapult could actually build up into something really good. It might actually be really good. I haven't really been paying a lot of attention to it. I'm also going to do 20% cooldown on the Land of Flame, which is literally turning the whole thing into a Land of Flame, which is probably actually saving me in many, many ways. Santa is not messing around. There's an epic active. I don't really want circus magic. We're going to add fire damage to one of my skills. This is a trap, probably, because that's the one we're more likely to keep. And that's going to help, because that might also count as a summon. I'm not really sure. I'm going to do Foresight. Skill starts to cause series of explosions. That's going on my Lake of Fire thing, so we're going to get even more explosions out of it. I think they get a little bit smaller, maybe, individually, but we get more of them. I'm going to add 20% maximum range to projectiles. That's going on my Exile skill, just so we can get a little bit further out there. Wow, we're getting a lot of fireballs. I'm going to add 20% physical damage to my catapult guy. Okay, so he's the one with the staff. So, yeah, I see what he's doing. When he fires, his rock splits at the end. There's a legendary active. Spawns trap that shoots ring of rocks projectiles that deals physical damage. Yes. I'm going to take away, maybe this is a trap for Quake. It's basically an upgraded version. And I can also make it have an extra projectile pierce. So we're going to do that. I'm assuming the rock things are the traps at this point because it's a rock skill. Okay, here we're going to take 20% duration of minions. That's going to my catapult ones mostly. So far this is working good. We do have a boss guy up here. We did fire into him pretty hard there. But we're going to need more fire into him though. I think he's got a fire trap sitting in front of him. The rock ones are stronger though. We got old men with swords to deal with that. We got a giant lake of fire around him as well. So this is going to be good too. Skills start to shoot imprecise barrage of primary projectiles, and those are all going to split again. So they're going to be a double split off of whatever the old man is firing. We're going to need the old guys with swords to come back, please, because this guy's going to be even stronger than the ogre, I think. So, okay, the old guys with swords are back. I think they're going to take him down. And yeah, we're also healing them. There's lots of fire around. Okay, let's add more power to the minions. They're going to last less time, but they're going to be stronger. And then we took down Big Boy. I'm going to get rid of enough for everyone. So my minions use 7% max health, but 17% AoE for projectiles, which we have lots of. Then we're going to put a legendary upgrade on a legendary skill. +1 amount of projectiles. So now when we spawn in traps, we're going to have lots of traps that people are going to walk into. +17% fire damage on the ground. Instead of that, let's go 20% physical damage on my legendary skill. We've got two here I really want. Hedonism, legendary passive, or Apocalypse, legendary active. I think I want +1 amount of explosions and ground effects. That's a passive too, so we can just get rid of something down here fairly easily, like 30% power ground effects, 7% duration of effects. So now my Lake of Fire and stuff, and I think also my rock things are going to have even more effects. Maybe also this one, when destroyed, primary non-piercing projectiles start to split into a band of secondary projectiles. That adds cooldown. But if we put that on a trap one anyway, we're spawning all these rocks. As soon as someone touches them, they explode and explode again, I think. Yeah, watch what happens when these break. They will destroy everything around them. And we're also going to get one more piercing to that as well. So when these rocks break, if someone manages to make it to them, they will fan out in a giant explosion that destroys everything around them. I need some ghosts over here. Oh, never mind. My fire's got it. Okay, this is going to add 1 projectile to all of my attacks. So even more projectiles going out. Now it's just giant balls of everything. We're turning a quarter of the entire world into fire. Then we get another 17% power for all of my summons, which is all of my idiots with swords. They're already very strong, but they can only get stronger. They're mostly just here to absorb damage for me. +1 number of minions, yes. I wonder what the legendary minion skill is. Legendary active minion. Well, we're going to try the legendary active fire. Shoots piercing fire projectile at random enemy that ignites target and deals physical damage. Primary projectiles leave trail of burning ground. So Exile is leaving for that. Then 30% motion speed of minions plus extra aggro, so they'll move quicker. I think this gentleman up here is some kind of boss, so hopefully we'll start getting some damage on him soon. He might walk into a bit of fire. We need to gauge how much health he has. I'm going to add +1 pierce to, I guess, the catapult skill. He's firing around, but the more things any one of these individuals can hit, the better. There's lots of rocks in the direction of Big Boy up there. Hopefully we get some more of my ghosts up close to me. Okay, we hit him with a little bit. He's got a lot of HP. So hopefully the ghosts get on him. He's chomping them down quite quickly. We're going to have 30% power, but take some AoE away from my legendary active fire spell, that is. But we got lots of things going on. I think we'll be okay, because I think he's going to start to burn to death. We're about to spawn new swordsmen too around me, so they'll protect me. And we got the rocks to take out the other minions. Believe it or not, I think I'm going to get Pure Hate. Skill starts a target creature with highest maximum health. I'm going to give that to my catapult guys. However many we have, because they'll just focus mostly on the bosses, and we need that extra damage going on the bosses. Because if they're not focused on the right things, then I'm going to die. 20% duration of effect on the legendary active skill. You know, I think I'm going to take Radius, which is an epic evolution. I've never seen that. Skill start to shoot ring of primary projectiles instead of 1. So that's going to go on the piercing fire projectile, so I think that's going to circle around me instead and cause all sorts of chaos. And that's also going to get an extra projectile as well at this point, so that might be what that one is. And that's just going to be a lot of damage and fire to protect me. And we got another cheese, so just 1 extra projectile for literally everything. And that's why we're shooting out 6 healing orbs at once. +1 amount of explosions and ground effects. Yeah, we're going to bring another one of those in, so even more stuff going on. More explosions, more ground effects. You can never have too much of a good thing. I don't know if the healing's actually doing anything anymore. Pretty sure my ghosts are dying before the healing takes effect. So I'm actually going to take away my level 5 healing and add Apocalypse. Shoots a fire orb at random enemy, deals fire damage over time, blah blah blah. Good. I'm also going to reduce its cooldown by 20%, and I'm also going to give extra piercing to my rock trap thing that's so strong. That's why these circular rocks are so good. I'm also going to add more power. We're going to lose AoE to Apocalypse, but it's going to be all the stronger because of it. You know, for a summoning build, we ended up with a lot of fire. And I don't regret a single thing. 20% fire damage, that's going to go on that skill. Because you can never have too much fire. I could add that to any of my skills and it would have been over the top. 20% cooldown, that's going to go on Apocalypse. Their skills are really starting to stack up. That's a level 10, that's a level 10. Plus I can add true power to this one again, so for any occasion, which is legendary, it gets an extra projectile, which is a circle of burning in all directions that I'm pretty sure no regular minion can get through. But there's another troll. We'll see. This troll is going to be extra strong. He's currently being catapulted by an old man with a beard. I'm actually going to use Foresight. Skill starts to cause series of explosions. I'm going to add that to Apocalypse. It's going to slow down its attack rate, but when it does go off, it's going to be much stronger because of it. So the old man with swords are getting to him. They're starting to hurt him, but not a great deal. He is very tough. That's impressive considering how much damage we do. He's even standing in a lake of fire at this point. I'm hoping my other skills, yeah, can probably take care of them. I think my idiots can keep him contained over here. There's another epic upgrade, unstable energy, +1 amount of explosions. Good enough for me. I'm pretty sure no one else is spawning. It's just going to be me versus him, but also me versus him and my entire army. So I think we're actually going to win this one. He could beat them all to death with his horse, but like we're about to respawn them again anyway. So yeah, turns out we didn't need healing this entire time, and we defeated the bald ogre.